I was born in December of 1937 in Scheveningen, Holland, also known as the Netherlands. My parents and my entire family was German. They were all from Breslau, Germany, which today, in the 21st century, is Poland. And we lived in Scheveningen, which is a beautiful seaside town right by The Hague, until all the Jewish aliens were moved inland. They were not trusted to be on coastal areas for, I guess, purposes of espionage. My family was forced by the Germans to move inland from Scheveningen, and we moved to Bilthoven, which is in the province of North Holland. In 1940, on May 10th, when the Germans invaded Holland and the Dutch capitulated on the 14th, life was not as drastically changed for the Jews, but little by little, all our freedoms were taken away. We could not practice professions. Lawyers couldn't be lawyers, doctors couldn't be doctors, children could not go to public school. We were lower than dogs or cockroaches, so we were not allowed in public places or parks. We couldn't shop for groceries or for necessary things except for very prescribed hours during the day. But by that time, all the goods would be gone virtually. And at that time, things became extremely bad and dangerous for Jews. We either had to go into hiding or be picked up in what were called razzias, the raids. There was a theater in Amsterdam, so when the Germans raided, Jews were gathered and sent to this theater, and children were placed in what was called a creche across the street. And there are many, many stories about what happened in these two places. But the Dutch underground was extremely active, and proportionately there were, if you keep in mind that Holland was such a small country, there were more what is called righteous among the nations or righteous Christians than in a lot of other countries. We were going on a percentage basis, not in numbers. And at the same time, there were a tremendous number of collaborators known as NSB'ers who were very sympathetic to all things German and were more than eager to work with the Germans. For a small country, it was a dichotomy, and there was a lot going on, and with the help of the underground, which may be more commonly known as the resistance, 2 hiding places were found. I mean, I went into one short hiding place, which I know nothing about, and then the Van der Brink family was found, and we stayed together for the duration of the war. There are books written about what motivated the righteous Christians in Holland. This family was Catholic, and they had a very strong idea of humility and doing the right thing. And for them, it wasn't very complicated. That is the only way that the 2 people I came to call Mama and Papa, and they were Mama and Papa van der Brink, looked at the world. It was the only right thing for them to do, and they were in total disregard of any danger it would pose to them and 8 of their children. And it posed, I mean, to say great danger is such an understatement. They were all risking their lives to place even one little person like me for whatever length of time I ended up being there. So imagine if they did the right thing, they had no idea if it would be a week or a month or 6 months, and it ended up being from 1942 until well into 1945, May 4th.